welcome back to the Drivers Room. We're in the Sunday League today. This is season 1 of 2020. We're in the final round of Tier 1 and we're at Sardinia Road Track C in the RE Amamia RX7s. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. On pole today, final race of the season, we have Alex. Everyone's starting on the sports softs today. He's first in the championship on 110 points. Clean sweep last round, puts him in a very strong position going into this final round. 11 points ahead of Drsl. And only 5 rounds raced in so far, so all points scored today will go towards the championship. And in second place we have Drsl at a third at the moment on 99 points, so he's 11 points behind Alex. Needs to outscore him by 11 today. Also only raced in 5 rounds, so all points scored today will count. In third place we have Ferdek, 11th in the championship with 41 points. Good quality today. Did get a DNF last round. See if he can keep his nose out of trouble today and bring home a podium. Looking quick today. And in fourth place we have myself, DJ Rice, joint first in the championship on 110 points. Second place last round. But I have raced in 6 rounds already, so I need to improve on my 13 point score in round 6 I think it was. So basically need a miracle if I'm going to have any chance of fighting for the championship today. In 5th place we have Wilco, 5th in the championship at the moment with 74 points. I think Bullet's a little bit out of reach in 4th place in the championship overall, but needs to score well today because he's got some very quick drivers behind, only a few points behind in the championship. And in 6th place we have Daz. 9th in the table at the moment. We'll be looking to improve on his 4 points scored in round 6. Let's see if he can push for a top 5 finish today. And in 7th place we have Rocker, 12th in the championship at the moment with 39 points. Needs to outscore Jules today, or he may well get dragged into a relegation battle. He's qualified pretty well starting the 7th, see how he gets on. In 8th place we have Bullet, 4th in the championship at the moment on 86 points. Probably looking to improve his 6 points scored in round 6 to cement his 4th place in the championship. Let's say Wilco the next guy down the table. And in 9th place we have Mungino, 5th in the championship at the moment, 74 points. Podium last round for Mung, brings him level with Wilco, joint 5th in the championship. And see how he gets on. So Wilco's his main competitor for today. And in 10th place we have MJR Mercer, 7th in the table at the moment on 71 points. Another driver fighting for that final top 5 spot overall in the championship. He's got a lot to do from 10th today, see how he gets on. In 11th place we have Jules, 14th in the championship at the moment on 30 points. Finds himself 9 points from safety going into the last round. V8 not racing today, so his main Rocker further up the field be the main person who's looking to outscore today. In 12th place we have Merck. He's 16th in the table, 21 points. Tough season for Merck so far. Picked up an injury early on. Is on the mend now, but may well find himself starting in T2 next season. In 13th place we have Kamaru, 8th in the championship at the moment, 70 points. Another driver pushing for that top 5 finish overall, but got a lot to do starting from 13th today. And in 14th place we have Lucas, debut race this season for Lucas, Drivers Room regular. Good to see him back, hopefully it can be a more permanent fixture going into next season. But that is our grid book for the final race of the season. Let's get underway. So here we are then, the last round, round 8 of season 1 of 2020. All to play for. Mathematically 3 drivers can win this championship. Are relying on results going their way, as in Alex making mistakes and falling down the grid, but he's been pretty faultless in the 5 rounds he's been in so far, hence his strong position in the championship at the moment. But we've all got to wake up. I think we've had a false start further at the back. We'll take a look down. I think Kamaru might have false started, he's fallen back, but awesome Alex leading everyone into turn 1, and pretty much all positions retained. I think Daz is falling down the grid there a little bit. Daz losing a couple of places in the first couple of corners. This does promise to be pretty close racing, as always in these one-make races. Very short lap here at Sardinia as well, just over a minute in these cars I think. As you see, Drsl taking a look at Alex early on. Furdex still holding on to third place. Very, very difficult braking zone going into the hairpin there. As was myself and Furdex, a little bit coming together, so just letting off the gas and let Furdex reclaim that third position. Pretty much all positions retained at the moment. Things might be Bullet having a little bit of a look. Oh, he's really late on the brakes there as Rocker just coming across. As Bullet just waits, lets Rocker retain that position after a little bit of a nudge into turn one. Don't think Rocker see him coming on the inside there, but falling down a few places. You've got Mercer up into 7th now. Back at the lead again. Looks like Alex has pulled a little bit of a gap to Drsl now. See if he just settles down and can increase that gap. Furdex still in 3rd place. Taking a very tight line through that hairpin. Might well have a run on Furdex here going into C1. So yeah, picking up a slipstream. Goes semi-defensive, but definitely got the inside. Oh. Side by side, just past the 100-metre balls. Furdex late on the brakes, but it's just a bit understeers, a little bit wide, and just can't get the power down. So it's myself up into 3rd place. Furdex down to 4th. It's under pressure from Wilco now as well. So Wilco in 5th place. Just put Furdex under pressure. You got Mungino in 6th place. Mercer still in 7th. Bullet in 8th. Daz in 9th. Lucas moved himself up to 10th, just starting at the back, under pressure from Merck, and what was that? Daz, looks like Daz has made a mistake. Somehow he's lost a couple more places through that fast sweeping section, under pressure from Kamaru as well. So Daz has the inside of the hairpin. Those things yielded anyway, so Daz dropping right back to 12th place now. You've got Jules in 13th, Rocker down in 14th. Just rejoining the leader now, and Daz is definitely picking up that slipstream. See myself just coming over the hill in the background in 3rd place, a few seconds further back down the road. See if these two guys might well start fighting and slowing each other down. I've got a comfortable gap back to myself in 3rd at the moment. Furdex in 4th, still under pressure from Wilco. Mungino's closed that gap right up now as well. So a little nudge from Wilco there, from Mung. I think it might have been, yeah, just in the braking zone, just give Wilco a little nudge, but gives that place back straight away. But now under pressure from Mercer and Bullet. There's several different lines through that last braking zone and hairpin. Bullet's having. Bullet might get a run on someone here as he's got a good exit out of the last corner. Excuse me. So everyone getting the benefit of the slipstream there, so no one making any moves. Wilco holding on to 5th. Mungino 6th, Mercer 7th, Bullet in 8th. In 9th, Lucas in 10th. As 11th, so Rocker's moved up a few places against Kamaru's at the back now. He's obviously made a mistake somewhere. So looks like Wilco looking good to retain that 5th place in the championship at the moment. Alex definitely looking good to win the championship at the moment. But Des definitely closing that gap now. Just needs to put him under pressure. Still 25 minutes left to go of this race. So half an hour races on the in the Sunday League in the drivers' room. So 102.3 last time round for Des, 103 flat for myself, 102.5 from Furdex. So Furdex in 4th place, getting back on back up to pace now, and see if he can close that gap up and fight for 3rd place again. Wilco still doing enough in 5th place to hold these guys back. Lucas running a bit wide into turn 1, and Really close racing, any sort of mistakes like that, and as you see, he's just lost 3 places there, back down to 13th place, going to be under pressure from Kamara as well. See Kamara just picking up the slipstream, and back with our leader Alex, going into the final hairpin. So Drsl just controlling the oversteer, getting the power down. His car just wants to go sideways. 6.5 minutes gone now. As we rejoin Mungino, he's sure he's going to have a look into turn 1 this time around. It's definitely close enough. So they come over the top of the hill. It's a late sort of look, but no, not quite close enough again. Wilco's neat and tidy through T1. But they're alongside now, and that is Mung. He's a car length ahead, and that's a good move from Mung there. Better pace through, coming out of T1. So you got Wilco down to 6. Oh, it's a massive crash from Mungino there, just after getting that overtake done on Wilco. Just runs a little bit wide. And you got that sticky outy wall. He picked up engine damage there. He's running slow at the moment, so it's Bullet moving past as well, and Merc right behind. So Mungino falling right down the field. He finds himself 3 or 4 new guys to race against. This race just seems to have split into 2 or 3 packs at the moment, with Bullet leading this pack at the moment, with Mungino slotting back into 8th place after that incident. Alex has pulled a substantial gap to Drsl now, so 102.8, 102, so 103.8 somewhere for Drsl a couple of laps ago, so he's lost a second and a bit. Falling back further towards myself in 3rd as well, just about maintaining that gap to Furdeck in 4th. Wilco finds himself in some clean air now in 5th. Mercer might be Mercer going well at the moment, closing that gap a little bit. If we join this group of cars coming into the hairpin, Rockers run really wide there. 5 or 6 cars coming into that braking zone really close together. Looks like Rocker's just got caught up somewhere and runs wide into the barrier, so dropping right back down the field. Jules up to 11th, Lawks at 12th, Kamari 13th, Rocker down to 14th now. Just got up to the 9-minute mark. Alex absolutely on it again. Top 4 all going past there. And rejoin this pack battling for 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. I think Merck's just clipped that wall as well. Yeah, I don't know what that wall's made out of, but it's just running slowly there, and got Rocker running. 2 brothers coming together there. Merc running really wide there again. I think all the damage is gone now, so car should start behaving properly again. Rocker moving himself up to 11th. His brother followed closely behind by his brother in 12th, and Jules in 13th. Lucas 14th. Jumping into the pits there, so first man to pit. Looks like he's committing to a 2-stopper. Alex just stretching his legs at the moment. 102.3 last time around for Alex. 102.3 from Drsl as well, so after that little mistake a couple of laps ago that we missed, back up to speed. 102.8 for myself, so yeah, both the guys just around half a second to a second a lap quicker at the moment. Still just about got him on my sights. Seems to have pulled a little bit of a gap back to Furdeck in 4th now as well. So Furdeck 103.8, 102.9 for Wilco. So Wilco's closing that gap up to Freddie in 4th place now as well. And Mercer, 103.3 from Mercer, pretty good pace at the moment across the field really. Very as I mentioned a few times, my replay skill gap getting very close amongst the drivers in the drivers room. So Mangino in 8th, Drsl in 10th, Merck in 11th, Jules in 12th, Rocker in 13th and Lucas in 14th. Rejoin Mung here, having a bit of a moment coming through the S's. So I was going to struggle here as he might lose a place to Daz. He's really untidy at the moment. Daz goes around the inside of the hairpin. I think he's got the job done yet. As Mungino's still struggling to keep that back end under control. Going to come under pressure from Kamaru here as well into T1. Try and get the onboard. So come. Pull side by side in T1. Kamaru's got the inside, but he's obviously got a shallower line. And Mung really late on the brakes there, give each other enough room. And yeah, Mung makes his stick round the outside of T1. Good driving there, holding on to 9th place, but Kamaru right behind now in 10th. So just rejoining the lead now, and just a little bit of a recap on the championship standings. Obviously this man being 11 points ahead in the championship at the moment and winning the race, already got pole position. Not too sure about the fastest lap, that will probably come after the pit stop, but very commanding position for Alex so far. Pretty dominant win in the last round. See, no Drsl last rounds. Alex absolutely ran away with that. But he appears to have the beating of Drsl at the moment. Just running that little bit quicker each and every lap. Himself in 3rd place, a little bit further back. Was diving into the pits there, so yeah, Lucas still the only man to have pitted so far. I think most of these guys now looking to get to the 15-minute mark at least, which I feel is going to be an issue, so there will have to be a pit stop. Don't think anyone's going to be able to no stop this race. Up to a quarter tank of fuel on most cars. Just got a little bit of fuel spread now. Kamaru was behind Mungino, wasn't he, earlier? We've got Mungino down to 10th now. Jules, Rocker and Merck running very close together at the moment. And the inside 3T1. So as Lucas having made that early pit stop. See how that pans out, 2-stopper. Or if he makes this stint go to the end now, we'll see. But he's got Alex closing behind now. So very short lap here. So and there's always going to be blue flags. Reasonably comfortable gap for Alex at the moment. But anything can happen. So we've got back markers to deal with. Top guys all yet to pit yet. Just have a look at the fuel. So Alex really has been caning that fuel. As you see, just under a quarter of a tank. And Drsl a little bit better off, and myself in 3rd even better. So let's see how much that pans out at the pit stops. We're coming up to the 15-minute mark now. 15.5 minutes is Alex. First man to pit out of the top 3. I think Drsl diving in behind as well. Myself in 3rd. third deck in a comfortable 4th position now. So Wilco going round again. All Mercer, I think in 2 minds there whether at the pit or not. Mercer diving into the pits. Wilco one of the few guys to go round again. May well take provisional lead of this race, and he does. You see Alex and Des just coming out. That gap's really closed up now as well, as I was saying about the fueling. Alex taking on nearly full tank there. Obviously enjoying the higher revs of this car. And it's myself coming out the pits, just about getting back ahead of Kamaru there. And yeah, just about getting rejoining the race in 5th place, but Daz up ahead, also not pitted, going longer. Always pretty good with tyre and fuel, Daz. A few races this season, I've noticed him stretch out the first stint to good effect. So we've got Wilco in 1st place now. See if Wilco comes in this time around. No, going round again. Might benefit Alex a little bit when he starts picking up the slipstreams. He's opened that gap a tiny bit to Drsl again. Daz 103 flat last time around for Daz. A good pace still on the warm tyres. Obviously a bit of a balance what sort of lap time you get with this car with fresh tyres but a heavy fuel load, and vice versa. Wilco 103.8 last time round for Wilco. Alex getting very close now. Daz still looking good in 4th, myself in 5th. Pulled a little bit of a gap to Kamaru. I really need to make the most of the fresh tyres. So just looks like Wilco's had a slightly compromised exit out of the final corner. Alex might well get the job done into T1, seems to have a bit more speed, picking up a slipstream now. Still quite far back. Wilco just staying out wide. Alex, Wilco good on the brakes there, but so Alex had a slightly better exit. Yeah, gets himself up into P1. Wilco just slotting back into 2nd place now. So Alex needs to extend that gap, and he's run. Oh, and he clips that wall as well. He does well to hold down. Des punts him straight in the back. Obviously, Alex going a lot slower at that point. That single file section, and Drsl just getting caught out. So this is going to Daz closing the gap right up in 4th now as well. But yeah, all kicking off. As I think Alex has just given Drsl a little pump there. Drsl just made a mistake. So Alex, Daz finally jumping into the pits. Wilco staying out again. So yeah, I thought it looked like Alex made contact there, but I don't think so. So Alex in 2nd place now, and Drsl under pressure from myself in 4th. As I say, Daz is pitted now. I think pretty much everyone has pitted across the grid, but we'll have a quick run through in a minute. Alex back into 2nd place. Drsl in 3rd. Myself in 4th now, just tucking myself into the slipstream. So Alex running wide again. But yeah, that could have been, as bad as that was, that could have been a lot worse for Alex. He pretty much kept the car pointing forward. As we've seen already, that will send a few drivers into a spin. So yeah, head down again from Alex. So we start opening that gap up, and Drsl might have to think about going a little bit defensive now, which will play into Alex's hands as Wilco going round again. All neat and tidy through T1, but so let's have a quick run through the grid. But Wilco in 1st place, going really long on his first stint. Alex in 2nd place after that. that incident, and Drsl making a mistake straight after by the looks of it at the hairpin, falling back further down. Myself in 4th place, Ferdek in 5th place, Mercer in 6th, Daz in 7th, so he's under pressure from Bullet and Kamaru in 8th and 9th. Mangino in 10th now, Jules in 11th, Merck in 12th, Lucas in 13th, but did have that early pit stop, so we'll see how that pans out, and Rocker in 14th. So Wilco going round again, 103.6 last time round from Wilco, pretty good pace. So pretty good tyre wear as well, it's just this could be a pretty good move from Wilco going this long. He's avoided any sort of battles, and it looks like 102.4, 101.9 from Drsl last lap. He's pulled me along with him, 102.2 my PB as well. And yeah, really found some pace now to close that gap to Alex again. Less than 10 minutes of this race to go now. Regardless of championship positions, a race win is a race win. And Wilco finally diving into the pits from 1st place, so we'll see where he feeds out in a minute. So Alex back into 1st, and the positions back to normal in the top 3, and 102.1 from Drsl last time round. Yeah, nearly half a second again. And he's right on the slipstream with Alex, and as I say, he's just pulled me along with him. 102.1 from myself. So top 3 very, very close together at the moment, and looks like Wilco's rejoined the race in 5th place, Mercer in 6th, Daz in 7th, Kamaru in 8th. Looks like Bullet having a look on into turn 1, so a late decision there. I think he's caught Kamaru out a little bit there, but a good move up into P8, Kamaru down to 9th. Merck and Lucas side by side down the main straight. Lucas got the inside of T1, but Merck really brave around the outside there, gets good traction as well, and yeah, retains the place pretty well. Lucas in 13th, Lucas in the sandwich at the moment. Rejoining Wilco, it looks like he's closed that gap up to 4th place, Ferdek, and as I say that, commentator goes into the sand, doesn't lose control, but bogged down heavily there, lost about 2 or 3 seconds. He's under pressure from Mercer as well, so Mercer moving up into 5th place, looks like he's comfortably ahead, going into this left-hander. Keep it neat and tidy through here, it will be single file through this next part, but yeah, Mercer moving up into 5th place now after just a small mistake from Wilco. Looked like he was closing that gap on 3rd and 4th. So he has a look on the inside of the hairpin. Will he get this move done? No, just hangs back off the full. He loses the back end on the exit there, but yeah, so you've got Mercer up into 5th place, Wilco down to 6th, Daz in 7th, Bullet in 8th, Kamaru in 9th, so Mung just coming around the final bend there, 10th, Jules in 11th, Merck in 12th, and it looks like Rocker's got ahead of Lucas somewhere. Excuse me, so Lucas down to 14th. Excuse me. Just see Drsl goes now a little bit. Drzl's picked up a penalty somewhere. Still very, very close to Alex at the moment. There's a pair of these guys just dropped myself in 3rd place a little bit. close as he's ever been this race. Alex has dealt with his pressure from lap 1 pretty much. As he runs, ooh, just narrowly misses a bit. Bit of squeaky bum time there, but he just narrowly missed that bit of wall there. Yeah, say relentless pressure all race. Did pull a bit of a gap at one point, and then had a massive mistake hitting that bit of wall. He just narrowly missed and put himself under pressure again. This should be a race to the finish now. Final 3.5 minutes. As Alex goes defensive, takes the inside of T1. Des on the outside, he's got to give each other plenty of space. Oh, Alex has a bit of a wiggle getting the power down, and Des takes the lead of this race, I think. Alex not giving this up yet. Really late break. It's a very difficult corner to overtake, and you don't really want to be going side by side through there. As Alex sensibly slots back into second place, but Des takes the lead of this race. Briefly, as he runs, loses the back end, and Alex, I was going to say, he briefly took the lead this race earlier and made a mistake at this hairpin, and just done the same through the S's. Just lost the back end, trying to keep the power down, but again, these two fighting might well bring me into play into third place. You see some back markers up ahead. 2 minutes left now. See if that comes into play as well. Alex reclaims the lead of this race, and Drsl back into second. Stay with this through T1. It's pretty neat and tidy. So yeah, we'll have one last run through the grid, and I think we'll stay with this battle until the end. So we've got Alex first, Drsl in second, myself in third. Third, getting pretty clear air now in fourth. Was under pressure from Wilco briefly, but a couple of mistakes from Wilco, and I think he's dropped even further back. So Mercer in fifth, Kamaru in sixth, Bullet in seventh, Daz in eighth. Wilco is right back in 11th place. We'll spare his blushes at this late stage in the race, but yeah, nightmare for Wilco. Was running very well. You see 1 minute 16 and 1 minute 12. Yeah, lost a lot of time somewhere. It's just 3 guys at the back. Merck's still doing enough to keep his brother at bay. So Merck recovering from an injury. Good to see him back up to speed as soon as possible. Rocker in 13th, and yeah, it looks like Lucas has just extended that last stint and kept it to the 1 stop, but will be critical for fuel and in the last part of this race. But anyway, back with the lead now. Alex still under pressure from Des, as probably got 1 more lap after this, I think. Yeah, yellow flags coming out now, so we're just coming up to some back markers. So I don't know how close they are, but that battle of Lucas and is that? So past someone there. Everyone getting through pretty cleanly, and Des really needed a good exit. Let's go on board. Yeah, there's Alex pulling away a little bit. Yeah, Des really needed a good exit out of that final corner, on the final lap, final race of the season. The top 3 championship contenders all still in screenshot of each other, and Drsl right up the gearbox of Alex at the moment. Alex weathering this pressure very well, and looks like he may well done enough. We've got some finishes further back. We've got Furdeck finishing 4th, Mercer in 5th, looks like Kamaru 6th. And so we'll stay with this until the end now. Daz in 7th, Bullet in 8th. So yeah, Wilco having a poor result there might well affect his 5th place standing in the championship table, but we'll see. He's coming around the final hairpin now, as just coming up behind the slowing Lucas by the looks of it. But Alex has done enough to take the win. Congratulations, Alex, and Drsl in 2nd, and myself in 3rd. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.